Okay, welcome to your video on converting metric units using the factor label method. So before you can actually do this video, you need to make sure that you have a page titled Converting Metric Units using the factor label method and that is set up in your Cornell Notes. If you're not sure which page this should go on in your science notebook, please pause and ask a friend or the teacher as to which page your notes should go on. Okay, so now you're ready. This is just a little review from our previous notes, so you do not need to write anything down from this page. Wanted to remind you that we have prefixes and base units when we do metric units. We have milli, centi, and kilo, and then we can add to the end gram, liter, or meter. Okay, so what happens is that we can get these out of your way for a second. All right, so now what we can do is we have conversion factors. And you have already memorized, and if you haven't memorized, you should memorize these numbers associated with these prefixes. 1 milli equals 0.001. 1 centi equals 0.01, and 1 kilo is equal to 1,000. And so these conversion factors can actually work in a number of different ways. We can put the base unit at the end of, oh my gosh, okay, hold on. Okay, we're back in business. All right, so what we can do with these conversion factors is actually put any base unit we want at the end of it. So we can have milli base unit, centi base units, and kilo base units equal to 0.001 base unit, 0.001 base unit, and 1,000 base unit. But let's get rid of these, because we don't actually deal with base units. So these will go away. What we really deal with is things like grams. So we could say that 1 milligram is equal to 0.001 gram, or 1 centigram is equal to 0.01 gram, or 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. Go ahead and write this down in your notes under the title Conversion Factors on the right-hand side of your Cornell Notes. Pause this video and then replay it when you're done. Okay, so now we can do the same thing. We can get rid of these grams. Go away, grams. And we could do it for any base unit. So we could also do it for our meters that we've been working with in class. We can say that 1 millimeter is equal to 0.001 meter, or 1 centimeter is equal to 0.01 meters, or 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. Write this down also in your notes under the title of Conversion Factors. Okay, now that you're back, we're going to get rid of these meters. And hopefully you've guessed this next spot. We're going to now replace it with liter. So we can have 1 milliliter equals to 0.001 liter. 1 centiliter equal to 0.01 liters. And 1 kiloliter is equal to 1,000 liters. So please copy that down in your notebooks. You will need to use these conversion factors over and over and over again. If you only want to memorize one thing, if you memorize only this, 1 milli equals 0.001, 1 centi equals 0.01, and 1 kilo equals 1,000, you'll have everything that you'll need to know, because all you have to do is replace the ending with your base unit. Okay, so now let's practice this. you now have a new heading in your science notebooks. That new heading is going to be titled Converting Units. We have 1 milli equals 0.001. And I don't really care if it's gram, liter, or meter, as long as I know it's one of those three things that go in my base unit spot. Okay, so I'm going to have this on the side of my paper because those are things I need to memorize. Now I'm going to read my question. How many meters in 4 centimeters? I'm going to underline what I've been given, and I'm going to circle what I'm asked to do. Okay? And then I'm going to do my first step. My first step is to write down what I start with. So the problem gave me 4 centimeters. So I'm going to write 4 centimeters. And I'm going to be lazy and just write cm. Just know that centimeters is equal to cm. Okay? My second step is to write down my conversion factor. My conversion factor that I need to have is told by my beginning letter. So I'm going to go to my centi spot, and that's going to be my conversion factor. So I'm going to make this a times and then a line, and because I want to get rid of centi, I'm going to put that on the bottom, and then I want to turn that into a meter, so I'm going to put that on the top. So 1 centi, 1 goes in front of centi, and 0.01 goes in front of my meter. My next step then is to multiply or divide. Because they are both on top, I'm going to multiply. And when I multiply that out, I get 0.04 meters. And so that brings me to my last step, which is writing the new unit. What I would like you to do now is pause this video, and in your notes, you need to write down the example problem, the steps, and how that example problem works. Let's do another example. This time, we are given a little bit different information. So let's first read the problem. How many G in 5 kg? So I'm going to remember that G stands for gram and that K stands for kilo. Okay, so it's going to help me out a lot. My first thing I want to do is I want to underline what the problem gives me and circle what it wants me to find out. Then I'm going to pull in my steps again. I'm going to write down what I start with. So I was started with 5 kgs. Second step, write down your conversion factor. So I'm going to do times with my line, and I'm going to put kg on the bottom and g on the top. Okay, cancel out my kgs. Notice I haven't put any numbers yet. Now that I have my letters in the right spot, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to find which conversion factor I want. Okay, and it looks like the 1 goes in front of the kilo, so I'm going to put a 1 there. And then the 1,000 goes in front of whatever my base unit is. Okay, so my next step then is to multiply or divide. I'm going to multiply because both numbers are on top. And so then I get an answer of 5,000 grams. And don't forget that the last step is to write the new unit. And it should be the only unit that isn't crossed out up above. which it is. Okay, a pause again. This time what I want you to do is write down the problem and how to solve it. You do not need to write the steps down because you've already written those steps once before. This is also the end of the video. Next, I want you to get into your notebook page that has the example problems and work through the example problems. Thank you.